Following breaking news developments now, the New York City Police Department permitting the Halloween parade to go on as planned just hours after the terrorist attack in Lower Manhattan, in which 8 people were killed and a dozen others wounded. The NYPD says they will dramatically, of course, increase the police presence. Heavy weapon units have been dispatched and positioned. They're blocking roads with sand trucks and controlling traffic very carefully and emphatically. Joining us tonight, author, former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino. Dan, great to have you with us. Your reaction to this latest attack, this one in Lower Manhattan, carried out by one individual who is identified at least tentatively as Uzbekistani. Your thoughts?
Well, Lou, this is their MO now. You know, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, various terror groups figured out post 9/11 that rather than spending $500,000 getting a flight training and leaving investigative footprints everywhere for these spectacular style 9/11 attacks, that all you'd need is a rented vehicle and the ability to drive, not even drive well, and you can cause, I mean, maybe not the equivalent amount of chaos, but certainly enough carnage and damage to get your faces on the television and to project your terrorist message. I mean, tragically, this, I believe, is the new normal, and it pains me to say that as a former New Yorker.
It is. One of the things, as a former New Yorker, you've got to be awfully proud of the police department that put this terrorist down immediately, firing at least 2 shots and hitting him. It is unfortunate. It's tragic that so many people are injured and killed in this attack. And there's not much that can be done unless it's done so early that the person never hits the streets of New York or any other city in this country.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, and you set me up perfectly with that question, Lou. You have to, the way we have to go model our IC, our intelligence community going forward, and our counterterror efforts is we have to focus completely now on being arsonists. We have to go start fires. And I mean that, what I mean by that is surveillance. We have to focus more on physical surveillance. We fell in love with the collection of SIGINT, signal intelligence. We have to go back to old gumshoe type source development, physical surveillance in these communities to stop these attacks beforehand. Because, Lou, you're absolutely correct. These are not 9/11 style attacks where there's going to be indicators. Well, 6 or 7 guys came in for flight training and they didn't ask how to land. That doesn't happen here. You had a guy who rented a car. I mean, what are we going to do? Have a no rent list? I mean, this is the kind of thing, if you don't stop it in advance by becoming arsonists, you can't be the fireman later on. It's not going to work.
And Dan, to that end, again, more good news, and that is that President Trump has insisted that our military take the fight to ISIS, and the U.S. military is delivering, reducing the so-called ISIS caliphate to a minuscule scale in both Syria and Iraq, and more ISIS members being killed than at any time in the fight. So there is some considerable encouraging news here as well. Dan, we thank you for being with us. It's good to talk with you, as always.